going to try something new here. Since I seem to be so bad at keeping up with my blog, and most of that is because procrastination, and it takes a fair while to go through and write up everything, and I've gotten out of the habit now, so it's gotten even worse. I'm going to try doing a video update, so hopefully I can catch everyone up in a little bit of a quicker fashion doing this. So I guess I'll start with what I've been procrastinating about for quite a few months now, with the trip that I took over my spring break here. I had about 2 months off of school for spring break. The semesters here line up a little bit different. I first started school here in October, and it went until the beginning of February. And after that I had 2 months off for spring vacation, which was quite nice, very nice. After that I started school again, which I'm still working on right now. I'm right in the middle of midterms right now, actually, and I don't finish this term until the beginning of August, after which I have my graduation ceremony thing, and then I go back home on August 13th. So during my spring break, I had quite a bit of family come and visit, actually. It was great. Amy got here on March 14th, I think? I don't know, something around there. I'm a little fuzzy on the details now. That's another issue with me having put this off for as long as I did. So she got in the evening, jet-lagged and everything, I'm sure, but that can't be helped. We thought she was getting in later, and that we were going to not be able to catch the train back, so we had been planning already that we were going to be spending the night at the airport. Luckily, we figured out that we had misread the time that she was arriving at, so she actually got in 2 hours earlier than we thought she did, so we could get the train back. But since we had originally thought that we weren't going to make it, we didn't have a hotel for that night for Amy. So we came back and had to sneak Amy into my dorm room, since I'm technically not allowed to have anybody stay over or spend the night here. We had a bit of a close call with the manager, and he spotted us as we were lurking around the door waiting for him to go to bed, but managed to kill some time going and sitting in my friend Jessica Newland's apartment. Next day, we just wandered around for a while and shopped and enjoyed ourselves. I had a concert to go to that night, so I went to, it was a Gact concert. I don't know if anyone else knows who Gact is, but a pop idol type person here, a little bit funny, but it was an entertaining concert, to say the least. So between walking around all day and then standing for a few hours at the concert that night, the next day, oh my goodness, my feet hurt so much. The next day we barely got anywhere. We walked around for a little while and our feet were just pulsing with pain, so we came back and lounged around in my room for a little while and played some video games. I don't quite remember exactly what we did the rest of the week while she was here. I remember some of the activities. I don't remember what order they came in. We went and saw Hokkaido Shrine here, Hokkaido Jingu, and it was quite nice. I quite like Hokkaido Jingu, even after seeing some of the other ones that I saw on this trip. It's quieter, I guess. It's not as old, because anything in Hokkaido is not as old. But anyway, we went and checked out the shrine a little bit, and there's a guest house right by the shrine where you can go and have some free tea and mochi, so that was quite nice. After that we were going to go to the ski jump, I guess we were trying that day. So we went to try and figure out where we could catch a bus up there, because it had started raining quite heavily. By the time we found said bus, or a bus anyway, we were ready to get on any bus that came, because it was raining so hard and we were just cold and miserable. So we didn't end up going to the ski jump that day, but we did get there a little later on. Was it the ski jump? Maybe we were trying to go to the zoo. I don't remember. Anyway, what else did we do? We took Amy to karaoke, which she quite enjoyed, karaoke. It's quite a different experience here compared to what karaoke is at home. Here, you go with a group of friends, you get your own room, there's a big book of songs you get to pick from, and it's not mandatory, but usually we do something, it includes something called nomi hodai. What that is when we go to karaoke, we pay, say for 3 hours, we pay, $25 or something like that, and for 3 hours of karaoke, nomi hodai is, you can order drinks, you can order as many drinks, you don't have to pay for them separately, they're included in the fee. So that's quite nice. And let's see, so what else did we do that week? We went to Mount Moiwa, which is, you go up a ropeway, and then you take a little tram thing, and go and you get a very nice view of the city. It's very nice at nighttime. I was just coming, I had to teach one of my students, and so we left for that quite late. So we ended up having to run really, uphill, running to catch the last tram up there, and we just managed to just make it. So we caught that tram up there, and we had to hustle and took very quick pictures and bought bought a souvenir, and then we had to go right back down again. It was probably it's what we learned to call speed sightseeing, and unfortunately we ended up doing quite a bit of it this trip. I can't think of anything else that Amy and I did. We went to the Pokemon Center. First time I went there. We tried to go there on the weekend, but it was huge 45-minute line apparently, so we just went during the week. Played a lot of the drum games. Not too much, I guess, because it's a bit expensive to play in the arcades. Then on Friday the 20th of March, we took our day-long train down to Osaka. So we got on the train left at 7 o'clock. So not wanting to be tight on time and wanting to not have to worry about anything like that, I decided that I'd meet Amy at the hotel at 5:45 to make sure that we would have time for her to check out and walk to the station and catch our train with plenty of time to spare. By the time I got there, Amy had already checked out. Apparently it was pretty easy. They already had it ready for her. They assumed automatically when she came downstairs with her luggage that she was checking out. And then we got there, and we were there quite early. Earlier than we needed to be, but oh well, c'est la vie. So the first train went from Sapporo to Hakodate. Hakodate is a city on the southern tip of Hokkaido, the island that I'm on right now. I went there for a brief trip right near New Year's. I liked Hakodate. It was quite nice, even though I was sick that weekend. What else? Hakodate to Hachinohe was the next leg, and this one we went through it's the longest underground tunnel in the world. It's even longer than the tunnel. Apparently the tunnel's got a longer underwater portion, but the entire length of the tunnel is longer between Hokkaido and Honshu. So then in Hachinohe, that's where we switched over to the bullet trains, the Shinkansen. So, and man, I hated the stupid Shinkansen ticket. I don't think it ever worked for me correctly, even once on that entire trip. It always said I didn't have enough tickets in, or I had too many in, or just plain didn't work. I didn't get to go through. I had to have the station master check it. It was just a pain in the butt the entire trip. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to do it right or something. I have no idea. Something screwed up in the whole long run. So we switched over to the Shinkansen, and that's when we really started making a lot of time, because up to that point it had been about 3 hours per train, and we hadn't really gone that far distance-wise. But once we got onto the Shinkansen, the first one was Hachinohe to Tokyo, and that's a pretty substantial trip between those two, and so we started making great time once we were on the Shinkansen. So then to Tokyo, and then in Tokyo we switched to another Shinkansen to go to Osaka. So then we got to Osaka and figured our way through the subway stations to where we needed to go. And I guess I'll continue in another video. I don't want these to be too long in case, it's easier to upload if I have them shorter. So continue next.